We created Satori Worldwide quite simply because after 10 years of being aid workers, we burnt out. And when we looked around, we saw a lot of other people who'd burned out, and offices that were crushed under the weight of people who were burnt out. The skills to be resilient really aren't innate. There's something that you have to learn. And so we set about learning those skills, and now we want to share them with others.
What we wanted to do was put together a program where aid workers could kind of stop, reassess, and get the balance back in their life so they're kind of more healthy, more productive, and happier doing what they're doing.
Participants get a real experience of what it's like to live a life in balance. So there's time for physical practice every day, there's time for silence and reflection, there's time for intellectual engagement, there's time for creativity. Everyone gets to learn by actually doing and absorbing it on a level that's far more profound than just intellectualizing about it in a workshop.
My role with Satori is centered around everything to do with food. Food plays an incredibly important role in people's health, people's well-being. It's one of the areas that's really, really neglected depending on where people are living. So what I'll be focusing on is giving nutritional classes, about half an hour a day, kind of quick blitzes, to cover some of the key topics about how to eat healthy and stay healthy in the field. I mean, it's not going to be full of advice about superfoods and powders and potions that aren't available to people in most of the places where they're living. So it's going to be really practical and hands-on.
The people that we've chosen to be part of the Satori team are really people who have first-hand experience of what it's like to be an aid worker in the field, because that was really important to us. Kit and Carrie have been working in many different countries all over the world, and they're very, very respected in each one of those for helping people work through traumatic events in very creative ways.
The role that we are playing, that I am playing, is primarily a therapeutic role. It's a supportive role, it's working alongside the program, it's working through a creative therapeutic process to enable aid workers, those who are working in fields of stress and conflict, to really have an opportunity to reflect on their experiences and to express them through a creative process that is safe.
Within that little that little world that we're creating, permission is given to be a little more honest than we might otherwise be. And that's a catalytic moment. Things change.
As a human being, we're going to be impacted by the suffering of others. It's inevitable. And I think in recognizing that then becomes the possibility of recognizing that we are too vulnerable and we need to care for ourselves if we are going to care effectively for others.
We're permeable. You know, we may have strong defenses, but this is skin. It's not concrete, it's not steel plate. We take it in. And with sensitive hearts, we're sensitive to another's feeling. We feel it, we take it in. And the denial of that, whether it's individual or collective, inevitably results in our suffering.
I guess anyone who works in a similar field gains strength from others who've been through a similar experience. And so peer support within the Satori process is really important, with a sense of recognition of ourselves in another person. And so we learn from each other. We can share with each other our own experiences and take things back into our own experiences that have perhaps been helpful for others.
Well, a Satori retreat is profound in many ways, but it's also really fun. You can play your way into restoring yourself just as easily as you can talking to a psychiatrist. So we really try and focus on activities that will allow people to enjoy themselves and get some of those things that they're really missing when they're in the field, like great fresh food and fresh air.
The three different types of retreats that we're offering are programs for individuals, programs for families, and customized programs for organizations. The program for individual focuses on the individual aid workers themselves. It's very tailored to their unique working environments, working conditions, long-term lifestyle. It's really tailored towards the aid worker population.
The family retreat is really focused more on third culture families. These are expatriate families with people, children who are being raised abroad and living abroad. There's a very particular set of challenges around doing that, but also a very particular set of opportunities.
And our programs for international organizations are customized, and that really depends on what their needs are. So if that's coming out and doing something with small groups or middle management in terms of building resilience and managing stress, or doing something generally for all staff around the general issues of nutrition and balance and keeping that in check.
We decided on Bali both because it was a place that we'd always admired from afar, and because it's a place where a lot of aid workers already come for R&R. It has a very magical feel to it. It feels like a place that one could come and really restore oneself. It was the obvious choice for us.
It really is a calming place with beautiful access to nature, as I said, great food, and really friendly people.